If humanity ever actually built a Dyson Sphere, the first person to die wouldn't be anyone else. It would be the very engineers who built it. Because the moment you completely wrap the sun, Earth's temperature would plummet to minus 200 degrees within 72 hours. Everyone would be flash frozen. We build a Dyson Sphere to harvest energy, so why would we end up freezing ourselves to death? But that is the Dyson Sphere's most fatal paradox. When you surround the sun with 100 billion solar panels, absorbing all its light and heat, Earth stops receiving any sunlight at all. All plant life dies within a week. Oxygen runs out in 3 months. The oceans turn into a single block of ice. Human civilization would be wiped out in the blink of an eye. Even more terrifying if you managed to escape Earth in time. The Dyson Sphere itself would become your tomb, because every second the sun fuses 600 million tons of hydrogen in its core, releasing energy equivalent to 90 billion nuclear bombs exploding simultaneously. All that energy would bombard the Dyson Sphere's inner shell, vaporizing any known material instantly. Unless you could find a material 1,000 times harder than a neutron star's surface. But such a material might not even exist anywhere in the entire universe. So that begs the question, is the Dyson Sphere just science fiction? The answer will send chills down your spine. In May 2024, the Royal Astronomical Society published a paper that shocked the world. Scientists discovered 7 incredibly strange stars within 1,000 light-years of Earth. These stars are very dim in visible light, but emit extremely intense infrared radiation. So intense it violates all known astrophysical laws. According to Dyson Sphere theory, if a star is enveloped by a megastructure, its light gets absorbed and converted, then re-released as infrared radiation. And the behavior of these 7 stars matches the theoretical prediction perfectly. What sends an even deeper chill is that all 7 are M-type red dwarf stars, the longest-lived stars in the universe, capable of burning for trillions of years. If you were an advanced civilization planning a super project to last billions of years, which type of star would you choose? Obviously the kind with the longest lifespan. What does this mean? It means the civilization that built these structures could be millions of years more advanced than humanity. They are playing the long game. While we can't even solve our energy crisis for the next century. But this isn't the first discovery. Back in 2015, the Kepler Space Telescope found an even more bizarre star, designated KIC 846-2852. Scientists nicknamed it Tabby's star. This star's brightness fluctuates wildly and unpredictably, sometimes dimming by a staggering 22%. What's 22% mean? Even a giant planet like Jupiter passing in front of the sun would only block about 1% of the light. So what kind of object could block 22% of a star's light? Scientists proposed 67 possible natural explanations. Comet swarms, planetary debris, dust clouds, stellar activity, all were ruled out one by one, leaving only one hard-to-swallow answer. A civilization is building a Dyson Sphere there, and it's still under construction, not yet finished. Picture this: 1,500 light-years away, there exists a civilization beyond our imagination, piece by piece assembling giant energy collectors around their star. With each piece added, the star dims a little more, and all we can do is watch through telescopes as this unfolds from a vast distance, powerless to do anything. Even more frightening due to the speed of light limit. What we're seeing is a 1,500-year-old snapshot, meaning that civilization started building its Dyson Sphere hundreds of years ago, and now in 2024, that Dyson Sphere is likely long completed. The energy they possess now could be 1 billion times greater than human civilization. So what exactly is a Dyson Sphere? In 1960, American physicist Freeman Dyson proposed this mind-blowing idea that changed our view of the cosmos. He argued, any civilization that advances to a sufficiently high level will inevitably build a Dyson Sphere. It's not science fiction but a mathematical necessity, because the more advanced a civilization, the more energy it needs. Humanity's energy consumption grows about 1 to 2% per year. At that rate, in just 3,000 years, we would need the sun's total energy output just to keep our civilization running. So a Dyson Sphere isn't an option. It's a matter of survival. Build it and ascend to a Type 2 civilization, or face energy depletion and civilizational collapse or extinction. But do you think a Dyson Sphere is just a big metal shell? Dead wrong. A real Dyson Sphere isn't a solid sphere at all, because such a structure is physically impossible. Solar gravity would tear it apart. No material could withstand that stress. So scientists have proposed 3 feasible designs. The first is a Dyson swarm. Trillions of independent solar power satellites deployed around the sun, floating in orbit like a swarm of bees, each operating independently. The second is a Dyson ring, like Saturn's rings, a giant ring of energy collectors built in the sun's equatorial plane. The third and most radical is a Dyson shell, actually encasing the sun. But the shell itself is made of countless independent structures, precisely balanced against each other through careful calculation. How much material would a Dyson Sphere need? Scientists have done the math and it's staggering. To build a complete Dyson shell, with a radius of 150 million kilometers Earth's distance from the sun, and just 2 meters thick, you would need to dismantle the entire planet Jupiter. That's right, the largest planet in our solar system. 318 times Earth's mass, 1321 times Earth's volume. All broken down for building material just to barely have enough. We haven't even conquered the moon yet. We haven't even landed on Mars. And we're talking about dismantling a gas giant over 1,300 times Earth's size. It sounds like science fiction, but for a Type 2 civilization, civilization. This might just be an engineering challenge. Even crazier is the transportation problem. Even if you could dismantle Jupiter, how do you move all that material to solar orbit? With rockets, humanity's most powerful rocket, the Saturn V, could lift 140 tons to low Earth orbit. At that rate, moving Jupiter's mass would take 10 to the 24 years. That's 100 trillion times the age of the universe. So a Dyson Sphere building civilization must possess space engineering tech we can't even imagine. Maybe space elevators or mass drivers, or even some form of anti-gravity technology. So what do you gain after building a Dyson Sphere? The sun emits 38 times 10 to the 26 watts every second. If you could capture all of it, that's 20 billion times Earth's current energy consumption. With such an insane energy reserve, what could a Type 2 civilization do? They could build spacecraft with the mass of the moon, travel between stars at near light speed, alter planetary orbits at will, even artificially ignite new stars. Even more frightening, they might already be playing with black holes, creating micro-black holes for spaceship engines, or harnessing Hawking radiation to extract energy. But there's a deadly catch. A civilization that builds a Dyson Sphere might become a target for the entire cosmos. This is the famous dark forest theory. The universe is like a pitch-black forest. Every civilization is a hunter with a gun. Once you reveal your location, a more powerful civilization will eliminate you, because in a universe of finite resources, any unknown civilization is a potential threat. The safest move is to strike first, and a Dyson Sphere is the ultimate giveaway. Its massive infrared signature is like a bonfire in the dark forest, detectable from thousands of light years away. So, building a Dyson Sphere might be the most dangerous decision. You gain near limitless energy, but you also announce your presence and power to the entire universe. This might explain the Fermi paradox. In 1950, physicist Enrico Fermi posed the question that still haunts us. The universe's vast stars are countless. Statistically, there should be innumerable civilizations. So why have we never heard from any of them? Maybe the answer is simple. The smart civilizations are all playing dead, actively hiding themselves, and those suspected Dyson Spheres we've found might not belong to living civilizations at all, but be the ruins of ones that perished. They finished their Dyson Sphere, were discovered by a more advanced civilization, and were instantly wiped out. And that infrared glow is their final tombstone? So what should humanity do? Our civilization is currently rated at about 0.73 on the Kardashev Scale. Not even a Type 1 civilization. A Type 1 civilization masters its home planet, controlling weather, earthquakes, volcanoes, harnessing all planetary resources at will. For humanity to reach Type 1, scientists estimate we need another 100 to 300 years at least. And from Type 1 to Type 2, from planetary to stellar civilization, could take thousands, even tens of thousands of years. It's a path so long it's almost soul-crushing. But humanity has no other choice, because the sun only has about 5 billion years left before it swells into a red giant and swallows Earth whole. We either get out or get burned. All the world's oil combined might last us another 50 years. Coal maybe another 100, but the energy the sun releases every second could power humanity for 5 billion years. The problem is we only catch a 2 billionth of it. The rest is wasted into empty space. If one day humanity actually built a Dyson Sphere, electricity would be free, energy wars would vanish. Everyone could have the energy of a city, but the price might be becoming the most visible prey in the dark forest. To build or not to build, that is the ultimate test the universe gives every civilization. Build and you might die, don't build and you definitely will. Perhaps in the distant future, when humanity truly faces this choice, what decision will we make? Maybe by then we'll realize the universe is far more brutal than we ever imagined, and the path of civilizational ascent is walked on a knife's edge. Those suspected Dyson Spheres we see now might not be monuments to victory, but elegies for the fallen. They hang silently in the deep cosmos, their faint infrared glow telling us a cold hard truth. In this dark universe, light itself is the greatest danger of all.